go to chapter number 1. Book of Zechariah, chapter number 1. Amen. I was thinking today as I was studying this, that this is the first sermon I have ever preached out of the Minor Prophets. And we overlook the Minor Prophets a little bit too much. But God has a lot of things hidden in those little books of the Bible. So we're going to look here at chapter number 1. And we're going to start in verse number 1. If you will, when you get there, please stand. Zechariah chapter number 1 and verse number 1. It says, in the 8th month, in the 2nd year of Darius, came the word of the Lord unto Zechariah, the son of Berechiah, the son of Iddo, the prophet, saying, the Lord hath been sore displeased with your fathers. Therefore say thou unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, turn ye unto me, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will turn unto you, saith the Lord of hosts. Be ye not as your fathers, unto whom the former prophets have cried, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts, turn ye now from your evil ways, and from your evil doings. But they did not hear, nor hearken unto me, saith the Lord. Verse number 5. Your fathers, where are they? And the prophets, do they live forever? But my words and my statutes, which I commanded my servants the prophets, did they not take hold of your fathers? And they returned and said, like as the Lord of hosts thought to do unto us, according to our ways and according to our doings, so hath he dealt with us. Let's go, Lord, in prayer. Dear Lord, I just want to thank you for giving us this evening, Lord. Lord, I just pray that I can be able to preach this message, Lord, the way that you gave it to me. Lord, I pray I say everything, Lord, that you want to be said. Lord, I pray that our hearts will be touched tonight. Lord, I just thank you for the message that Jacob gave to us this evening as well, Lord. Lord, I just pray that hearts will be blessed from this message. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
You know, a lot of times we'll catch ourselves saying, I wish that God was moving the way that he used to move. You know, you can think of these people that we've gotten up on the walls. We got Charles Spurgeon over there. We wish that preachers would be able to pack churches, that churches would be so full like they used to be, that the balcony would fall down and they still want to come to church. We think of men that would brave everything, leave everything, go to a land nobody knows anything about, like Dr. Livingston over there. To be able to preach to the people. Go to jail like John Bunyan did. Write songs like Fanny Crosby did. Save children like Amy Carmichael. But we forget something. You know, we say, I wish God would move like he used to move. Like it used to be. You know, it's still happening today.
Amen.
People are still getting help from God.
Right.
People are still being saved from their sins.
Amen.
People are still serving God.
Amen.
You know, churches are still growing today.
Right.
You know, even here, we're growing. Who would have thought that Northside Baptist Church would have had a bus ministry?
Right.
Who would have thought that? I remember a while back, this church was almost empty on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
There's more people sitting here now. You know, Northside's growing. But we always say we wish God would move like he used to move. But we forget something. He still is. But are we moving with God?
Amen.
Are we living for God? You know, we're not going to be able to see God moving unless we're moving with him.
Right.
Unless we're moving in the same direction. And we're standing still. If we're spinning our tires, if you would, we're not going to see God moving.
Yeah.
You know, God has a personal relationship with everybody.
Right.
That's what he wants. You know, that's why that salvation isn't generic. It's personal.
Amen.
God came to you personally to ask you to be saved. He asked us to be saved.
Yeah. Amen.
He gave us the way.
Yeah.
And
Amen.
he asked us to accept it.
Right.
He wants a personal relationship with us. You know, we find here in Zechariah that God is talking personally to these people. Let me give you a little background with Zechariah here. Zechariah is a prophet of the remnant of the people of Israel that had just came out of 70 years of captivity from their native land. They weren't even citizens of Israel anymore.
Right.
There was no such thing as Israel any longer. It was a desolate and wasted place when they came back 70 years later. You know, Zechariah is preaching to the remnant. But God, we find here, He's being personal to them. I actually counted it. Verse number 3 is the only verse in these 6 verses that God says you. And you see what He says. This is how personal God is getting with them. He says, therefore say thou unto them, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, turn ye unto me, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will turn unto you, saith the Lord of hosts. He says, I will turn back to you. We find here that the forefathers and the forefathers did not listen to God. He didn't listen to the words that He had the prophets tell them, and therefore they were punished and were sent into captivity. And we find here that Zechariah is telling them not to be like the forefathers, but to listen. But to listen. We find that in verse number 4. You know, I want to preach a sermon just simply titled, Are We Listening to God? You know, God wants to work in our lives. He wants to do something with each and every single one of us. But are we listening to what God has for us? Are we listening? Well, you know, I always find I have trouble listening. My ears are all clogged up. When I have stuff in my ears I need to get out. You know, too much of us Christians, we have our ears stopped up to the things of this world. That we're not listening to the things of God. That we're listening to ourselves. We're listening to Satan. We're listening to our friends of this world. But not listening to what God has to say for us.
Right. Amen.
We need to get back to listening to what God has for our lives. What God wants to do with us. Not what the world wants to do with us. Right. You know what the world wants to do with us? They want us to listen to them, and then we're going to end up like the prodigal son in a pig pen, feeding the stinking pigs, and realizing how wrong we were to run from God. So first of all, we find here in verse number 4 that we need to turn from our evil ways. Verse number 4, it says, Be ye not as your fathers, unto whom the former prophets have cried, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Turn ye now from your evil ways and from your evil doings. But they did not hear, nor hearken unto me, saith the Lord. We need to turn from our evil ways. You're probably sitting there right now saying, Brother John, I'm good. I haven't hurt nobody. I haven't been in jail. I haven't hurt anybody in my actions. Well, that's not being evil. No, sinning is being evil.
Right. Amen.
Sinning is being evil. You say, well, Brother Jonathan, I haven't committed adultery. Brother Jonathan, I haven't committed fornication. Brother Jonathan, I ain't even drunk. Brother Jonathan, I don't do drugs. Those are all sins too, Brother Steve. But those aren't the sins that God hates. Take your Bibles, turn to Proverbs. Hold your place in Zechariah. We'll be back. No, I think that's the first time I've ever said that too. Turn over to Proverbs chapter number 6. Proverbs chapter number 6. Look there at verse number 16. I want you to notice these things. Verse number 16 Proverbs chapter number 6, it says, these 6 things that the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and a heart that divideth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift and running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among the brethren. Do you notice what most of those sins and abominations are with? With our tongue.
Yeah.
It's with our mouth. Something that we've never quite learned how to control. That's what the Bible says. We never look, bro. It's the hardest thing to control. One of the smallest parts of our body, but the hardest thing for us to control. Look at the very first one. Verse number 17. A proud look. You know, pride is the most simple sin that you could ever commit.
Right.
It is as simple, Brother Stephen, that after you're getting around in the morning and you look in the mirror, I look good today. Look how good I look. That's pride.
Amen.
That really is. It sounds silly, does it not, Brother Stephen? But that's pride. You've just sinned. One of the things God hates. You know why? You're lifting yourself up. Look how good I look. Did you see this? I look good. That's sin. It's like that. No, that's simple. It's simple. You say, well, it can't be like that. That's what the Bible says.
Yeah. Amen.
That's what the Bible says. Pride. You know why God hates pride so much? It's the very first sin ever committed. Committed by Satan himself.
Amen.
Satan's sin. He didn't murder no angels up there in heaven. He lifted himself up.
Right.
That's what Satan did. Satan thought he was better. Satan said, look at me. I'm the prettiest.
Yeah.
I should be the one worshipped.
Right.
Just like that. Sin's that easy. You say, Brother Jonathan, how can I turn away from pride? We need to quit thinking so much of ourselves.
Right. Amen.
What's a child of God's job? What's our calling in our life? It's to serve others.
Amen.
Not to serve ourselves. Yes, I believe a preacher should wear a tie and a nice shirt, and nice shoes, and nice pants. But that doesn't make a preacher.
That's right. Amen.
That doesn't make a preacher. What makes a preacher is his heart's buried in this Word of God. And he's proclaiming what God has given to him. That's what makes a preacher.
Yeah.
The one that serves God, the one that follows God. That's a preacher.
Amen.
What makes a child of God? Looking nice? No. One that serves God. One that gives their all to God. One that dies to self to see others get saved.
Amen. Amen.
That's what being a child of God is about. Not looking nice and going to church
Right.
when the doors are open. You're supposed to. You're supposed to be here every service. But we're also supposed to see souls saved.
Amen.
You know,
Amen.
the Apostle Paul was able to pin down that we're supposed to put off the old man. We're not supposed to be acting like we're lost anymore. We're saved. We need to put our evil things away. God saved us from those sins. Why are we picking them back up? Why are we taking them back into our lives? Why are we accepting them when the blood covered them all?
Amen.
Why are we putting them back on top of the blood?
Right.
Why are we putting them back up there when Jesus covered them all?
Amen.
Why are we digging them back up? We shouldn't be. God saved us from them. That's why we asked Him to save us. Because those sins were weighing us down. Because those sins were killing us. Because those sins were destroying us. God saved us from them. God took them all away from us. You know, a lot of people tell me that you can't be a child of God and be sinning. You can't be a child of God and fall away. Let me tell you, you can. The Old Testament's full of children of God that failed.
That's right.
Children of God that fell on the way. We always hear the backslidden Christian. We always are told that. A lot of people say, you can't be backslidden on God. You can't.
Amen.
I want you to see 3 Christians that you could be. Turn over to the book of Revelation. Hold your place in Zechariah still. We will be back. Revelation. Turn to Revelation chapter number 3. Revelation chapter number 3. I want you to look at verse number 15 and 16 is where we're going to look. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. There's 3 types of Christians right there we see. You say, I don't see it. Well, you got the hot Christian, the one that's on fire for God, the one that's serving God, the one that's giving God his all. You got the lukewarm Christian that's doing it his way, how he feels, how he should do it. And then you got the cold Christian that ain't doing nothing. He's barely sitting there. Barely. He's hit and miss. Might see him one month, might see him not see him the next.
Right.
Those are the 3 types of Christians. You know, 2 of them are backslidden.
Yeah.
2 of them aren't serving God the way that he wants them to be serving. That's the lukewarm and the cold. There's 3 different types of Christians. But only one that's serving God the way that he wants them to be. You know what? A hot Christian that's on fire for God. He's turned away from this world. He remembers what it used to be like. And he doesn't want nothing to do with it anymore.
Right.
He doesn't want nothing to do with what God saved him out of. But too many times, we got that old rope. We're dragging behind us with our sins tied at the other end. And every now and then we turn around, we pull it as close to us as we possibly can. And then we start serving God again. We just kind of start walking and let it slide behind us. But we always got hold of that rope.
Right.
Amen.
So we can pull it back to us whenever we want. Just let go of the rope. Let go of that rope and leave the sins behind us. You know, God saved us from that burden.
Yeah.
Why are we dragging it around?
Amen.
I always find it's easier if you have it on your back than you trying to drag it.
Yeah.
It's hard to drag it because all that weight's behind you is pulling you back. Let's just drop the rope. Leave those evil things behind us. Turn away from our sin and start serving God.
Amen.
Amen.
We see that this is what Zechariah is being asked to tell the remnant. You know, sin has a punishment.
That's right.
You know, we need to open up our ears. First of all, we need to turn away from the evil ways. But we also need to realize that our sin has consequences.
Yeah.
You say, Brother Jonathan, I'm saved. I'm going to heaven. That's the only reason you got saved? That's the only reason? You know, there is still consequences for your sins after you get saved.
Right.
Amen.
There are. You won't lose your salvation, but you lose some blessings.
Yeah.
Amen.
You know, you lose some fellowship.
Yeah.
Amen.
You might even lose your family.
That's right.
Amen.
The saddest thing that I ever hear is a child of God who's lost their family.
Yeah.
You know, the Bible tells us of a man that straight away lost his family. Wasn't it just preached on a few Sundays ago? His name was Lot.
Yeah.
He was
Amen.
a child of God who strayed away. And in the end, when we don't hear no more about Lot, last thing we hear is he lost everything.
Right.
His family was destroyed. You say, well, he still had 2 daughters. They were destroyed.
That's right.
Amen.
They were destroyed. They might have still been there, but they weren't there.
That's right.
You know, look there in verse number 6. We see up to this point that God is telling Zechariah, the prophets of old were telling your fathers to turn from the evil ways. We find there in verse number 5, it says, your fathers, where are they? The prophets, do they live forever? Verse number 6. But my words and my statutes, which I commanded my servants, the prophets, did they not take hold of your fathers? Now realize this. The fathers, they come back to the prophets. And this is what they say. And they returned and said, like as the Lord of hosts thought to do unto us, according to our ways and according to our doings, so hath he dealt with us. Sin has a punishment.
Right.
These men, the fathers, they realized after they went out and after they had sinned, after they had committed their evil ways, they come back to the prophets and basically say we should have listened.
Amen.
Because God has dealt with us the way He said He would deal with us.
Amen.
You know, 70 years before, you turn to the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah's warning them. We find 70 years later, God said that the fathers came to the prophets of old and said we should have listened.
Yeah.
You know, if we start listening now, we start listening now, we won't have to speak. We should have listened.
Amen.
We should have listened.
Right.
You know, I want to stand before God when I die and not have left heartache down here on this earth because I had failed Him, because I didn't serve Him like He asked me to, but left ruin because I turned my back on what God had saved me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to stand before God and say, God tell me, you can come in, but you sure wasted your life.
Yeah.
Amen.
You can come in, you're saved, son. Come on home.
Yeah.
But where's everybody else?
Right.
Amen.
Who were you supposed to save? Where are they at?
Right.
The one that you were supposed to tell that I was His way, the truth, and the life. Where are they?
Right.
You had a job to do, young man.
Yeah.
Where are they at?
Amen.
I don't want to walk into heaven like that.
Yeah.
If you search deep down, you don't either. So are we turning from our evil ways? Our sin has a punishment. Our sin has a punishment. But wait. You say, Brother Jonathan, how can I turn from my evil ways? Well, you know, the God that saved you from the sins the first time, the only time, He's going to forgive you the sins you commit after you are saved.
Amen.
Look there in verse number 3. I already read the verse, but let's read it again. It says, Therefore say thou unto them, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Turn ye unto me, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will turn unto you, saith the Lord of hosts. You know, if we turn to God, He didn't say, I'll think about it. He didn't say, after a little while. No, He said, I will turn unto you.
Yeah.
He said, I'll take you back. I'll take you back. You might have walked out on me before. But I'm glad to see you, son.
Amen.
Amen.
I'm glad to see you, daughter.
Amen.
I'm glad to see you, child. Welcome home.
Right.
You know, God is a loving God.
Amen.
We really don't preach that enough.
That's right.
But when we sin, there's a consequence. You know, I remember as a kid, when I did wrong, my daddy loved me, but there was still a consequence.
Amen.
There was still a consequence. You know, Jeremiah there, he's a little boy. He's a little rambunctious. Every now and then, he has to be corrected. There's a punishment for sin. There's a punishment for wrong. But because you're punished doesn't mean that you're not loved.
That's right.
Amen.
No. We love Him. That's why Mom and Dad correct Him.
Amen.
So that He learns what is right and what is wrong is right.
Amen.
You know, God loves us. And He doesn't want to see anything bad happen to us. But if we go out and get ourselves into sin, there's a consequence for our sin. Let's take one that's common. Let's take smoking. What comes from smoking? Cancer, emphysema, smoker's cough, secondhand. There's a lot of sin. There's a lot of damage that comes from smoking. You know, if you smoked for 50 years and then you get saved, God loves you. He saved you. He forgave you of your sins. But if you have cancer from cigarettes, because of the cigarettes, the consequence for the sin. Even if you smoke after you're saved, you know, there's no good thing about a Christian that smokes.
Right.
It's a bad influence, a bad testimony to be smoking as a Christian. But you know, He will forgive us. If, now there's that if, we turn unto Him. If we go back to God, He will forgive us.
Amen.
You know, there's no agreement that anybody has with God. It's His way or no way.
Amen.
It's His way or no way. There's no, we'll discuss it when we get to heaven. No. You have to turn while you're here on earth.
Amen.
You have to. That's the only opportunity you'll get. But you know, we find there that Zechariah has to tell the people this. You know, he wanted them to know about verse number 6 there. That their fathers, because it's not just Zechariah's fathers that had done this, it was everybody's fathers that had turned away from God. They regretted it later. It was important for us to know. It's important for us to realize that others have sinned, others have turned their backs on God, and they've regretted it. They've hated it, they've done it. So why don't we turn back? Why don't we turn back from our evil ways and start serving God? Why don't we give Him our all like He gave us His all?
Amen.
Why don't we dedicate our lives to His service like He dedicated His
Amen.
for our salvation?
Amen.
Let's go, Lord, in prayer. Dear Lord, I just want to thank You, Lord, for this message. I pray I preach the way that You want to be preached, Lord. I pray that, Lord, if a soul here tonight that they've been touched by this message, Lord, they don't leave without getting it right with You. That they come, Lord, and ask for Your forgiveness. Lord, I just pray all these things in Jesus' precious name.
Stand. Every head bowed, every eye closed. Music's off the place tonight.